In 1966, Mao Zedong unleashed a political storm that would engulf all of China. The movement was called the Cultural Revolution, and its goal was nothing less than the destruction of old ideas, traditions, and power structures. Mao insisted it was about protecting the purity of the revolution. In reality, it would become one of the most chaotic and brutal chapters of the 20th century. The seeds of the Cultural Revolution were planted years earlier. Mao's disastrous Great Leap Forward had ended in famine and millions of deaths. His authority within the Communist Party had weakened. But Mao was not prepared to step aside. He believed enemies, both inside the party and throughout society, were conspiring to drag China back toward capitalism. To stop them, he called for continuous revolution. Mao's strategy was as daring as it was destructive. He turned to China's youth, urging them to rise up against capitalist roaders and challenge authority wherever they found it. Millions answered his call. They became the Red Guards, armed not with weapons at first, but with ideology. They carried the Little Red Book, a collection of Mao's quotations, and treated it as scripture. The Red Guards attacked teachers, officials, even their own parents. Ancient temples, libraries, and artworks were destroyed in the frenzy. Intellectuals were humiliated, beaten, or driven to suicide. Mao's cult of personality grew to staggering proportions. His image plastered on walls, his words shouted in chants, his authority unquestioned. As the chaos spread, the secret police and the army were drawn in. What began as an uprising against supposed bourgeois elements spiraled into nationwide terror. Accusations flew wildly. Entire families were torn apart. Millions were displaced, arrested, or killed. The Cultural Revolution was not only about ideology, it was also about power. Mao used it to eliminate rivals within the Communist Party, ensuring no one could challenge his dominance. Yet the movement spun so far out of control that even Mao had to call in the military to restore order by the early 1970s. By the time the Cultural Revolution ended with Mao's death in 1976, China had been scarred beyond recognition. Its education system was shattered, its cultural heritage devastated, and its people traumatized. Estimates of the death toll vary widely, but millions suffered. Historians still debate Mao's true motivations. Was this a genuine attempt to create a classless society? Or was it primarily a desperate bid to cling to power? Perhaps it was both. What cannot be denied is its impact. The Cultural Revolution reshaped China's politics, left scars that lasted for generations, and remains one of the starkest warnings in history about the dangers of unchecked power.